Everyone is asked to bow, and we see flames coming out of the eyes of a statue, which incinerates a man to ashes. Everyone gets terrified seeing this and is completely confused. We're then shown a scene from 3 years ago where there's chaos on an island. A soldier says to his captain, "Aren't we going to help them?" The captain replies, "You know we can't do anything because our weapons are useless against them. So we should leave this situation to the hunters." And here on the island, many hunters are fighting giant ants. If these ants escape, everything will be destroyed, so everyone is trying their best to stop them right there. We then see some hunters using their magical powers to attack the ants, but their powers have no effect. The ants then attack the hunters and start devouring them. One person thinks, "Looks like this is the end for me." Just then, S-rank hunter Min Knuckle arrives and saves him. He heals all his wounds using his healing powers, but then some ants attack Min, and his partner Yunsuk saves him. Together, Yunsuk and Youngho defeat the remaining ants. The other hunters become very happy seeing the S-rank hunters. Yunsuk says, "Min, you charged in a bit too fast this time. I'm sorry. I just wanted to save lives, but I knew you'd come to save me anyway." Suddenly, a giant white ant attacks them, and Yunho and Yunsuk go to fight it. Yunsuk attacks the ant with lightning, and Yunho breaks its teeth and stabs it with its own fang, killing it. Then we see even more white ants coming to attack. Yunho says, "Looks like things are about to get even more fun." Then both of them charge at the new ants. A distant S-rank hunter watching the fight says, "Looks like they reached on time. Now it's our turn to handle things." There are many hunters with him. Choi uses his eye power to kill red ants, but it doesn't affect the white ants. He tells the others to focus their attacks on the white ants. We're then told about an event from over 10 years ago, when suddenly a portal appeared on Earth that connected it to other dimensions filled with monsters. Normal human weapons were useless, so some humans awakened special powers to fight them. These humans came to be known as hunters. Hunters are ranked by their powers: top, S rank, then A, B, C, D, lowest, E rank. Once a hunter's powers are awakened, no matter how much they try, they can't upgrade them further. Then we're brought to the present, where a portal is open inside a construction building. Kim is preparing for his next dungeon mission when his friend Park arrives. Kim says, surprised, "What are you doing here? I thought you'd quit being a hunter." Park replies, "My wife is pregnant again, so I need to earn money from this mission." Kim reassures him, reassuring, "Don't worry. If this mission is successful, we'll earn a lot." Worried, "I'm just worried if I'll be able to fight those things alongside you." Then our main character Sung arrives, and everyone gets excited seeing him, but it's not because he's strong. Dismissive. No, it's the opposite of what you think. He only became a hunter after you quit. He's the weakest hunter in all of mankind. Exaggerated. He once got hospitalized from an E-rank dungeon. Skeptical. Is he really that weak? Confident. Absolutely. If he's here, this mission must be super easy. Whispering. So speak quietly before he hears you. Sung thinks. Sad. I already heard everything, and everything they said is true. Juhi comes to meet him and says, concerned, "What happened to your face?" Sung replies, casual. "Nothing. It's just the same story as always. I was injured in an E-rank dungeon and got hospitalized." Juhi asks, confused, "Weren't there any healers?" Explaining, "The other hunters were all high-ranked, so they didn't need a healer." Self-deprecating, "And it's my fault. I'm way too weak. I'm sure you've realized that too. Anyway, looks like it's time to go." Sung then says, confident, "If no one minds, I'd like to be the captain of this mission." No one objects because Sung is a high-ranked hunter. Everyone starts entering the portal one by one. They tell Sung, patronizing, "Stay behind us and be careful not to get hurt." Sung looks at his small knife, reflective. "This is the only knife I could afford with my income." Sad. "It has very little power." Determined. "But let's try to do something amazing today." Meanwhile, someone asks President Go about the government meeting. President Go says, "Resign. They always say the same thing. Don't let the dungeon break and keep supplying the resources we get." Dungeon break means if a dungeon isn't cleared within 7 days, the monsters inside it will escape and destroy the world. President Go continues, explaining, "What the government says isn't wrong either. We survive by selling things we get from dungeon. When we kill magical monsters, they drop crystals called magic gems, which we sell for a living." We see Sung killing a monster, extracting a crystal, and feeling happy. But suddenly a monster attacks him, and his knife cracks. He dodges and attacks back, but the knife breaks, and the monster stabs him. Park saves him and tells Juhi to heal him. Others bravely fight off the monsters. President Go explains, "The magic gems we get from high-ranked monsters can be turned into powerful weapons to fight even stronger beasts. We also get mana crystals, which are weaker, still useful. The government is trying to use them as a new form of energy, cleaner and more efficient than nuclear, hydro, wind, or geothermal energy. These crystals are the ideal green energy source, and everything depends on the hunters who bring them. It's extend-alephally, and they turned in ore, all for placing me. The hunters defeat the dungeon boss. Juhi asks Sung, "Why do you even want to be a hunter? One day it'll get you killed. You were seriously injured this time." Sung apologizes, and Juhi gets very angry. Everyone collects the gems and crystals. Sung thinks, "So it's finally over, and I only got one gem. Did I really risk my life for this?" Suddenly, they discover a cave. One person says, "Is this a double dungeon? I've heard of them before." A girl agrees. "Even though we beat the boss, the dungeon hasn't closed." Kim says, "Maybe there are more valuable things inside." Song says, "We should report this to the Hunter Association and wait for their instructions." Kim replies, "So you're saying we should let the next group take everything?" Park insists, "This is just a D-rank dungeon, and my wife is pregnant. There are barely any crystals here. We should keep going." Song agrees, but warns, "There may be unknown dangers ahead. Let's vote." The vote ties, and Song says, "Only Sung hasn't voted. What do you want to do?" Song thinks, "I know this D-rank dungeon is too hard for me, but after my father disappeared, I've been supporting my family. My mom is in the hospital, and my sister wants to go to college. I need money." He votes to go in. Elsewhere, a black crystal is being used to rank new hunters. Agencies are trying to recruit them. One person tells Choi, "We've recruited 1 B rank and 2 C rank hunters. Everything is going smoothly." Choi says, "You're doing great. If you spot any talent, recruit them immediately. But I doubt we'll find anyone like Cha." "You're doing great. If you spot any talent, recruit them immediately. But I doubt we'll find anyone like Cha." Then we see Cha chasing 2 purse snatchers. She beats them and returns the purse. Everyone cheers and she walks away from the growing crowd. Back in the cave, the group keeps going. One says, "Portals close within an hour of the boss being defeated. We've already been here 40 minutes, so only 20 minutes left." Sung tells Juhi, "Sorry you had to come in because of my vote. Are you okay?" Juhi replies angrily, "How can anyone be okay after this? If that monster had struck a bit higher, you'd be dead. I barely managed to heal you, and yet you keep charging in like a fool." Sung thinks, "It's only because of this B-rank healer Juhi that I'm still alive." Juhi says, "If you really want to apologize, buy me dinner next time." Sung is surprised. She teases, "Why the face? You don't like eating with me?" He replies, "No, that's not it at all." Then they find the boss room. Kim says, "Such a big door is rare. Let's go in. We can't go back empty-handed. Let's all enter and all come out together. Right, Captain?" Sung replies, "Yes." Meanwhile, President Go of the Hunter Association says, "Welcome, everyone. Some of you will become hunters, others will return. These portals have existed for more than 10 years, and we still don't understand all the mysteries of dungeons. Becoming a hunter means risking your life. No matter how many missions you've done, always stay alert. If you want to survive, you must be aware of everything around you." The group opens the door and torches inside light up. One person says, "Just start lighting up." And then someone says, "Oh, this kind of dungeon. We're entering one like this for the first time. And what are these statues? They look really ancient. Some of them even have musical instruments." Then Sang says, "Look at this statue. It's the biggest one here." One person asks, suspicious, "Is there no magical beast here? Everything seems way too calm." Suddenly, Sang notices a magical circle, and some people call him over to read the ancient inscriptions written on it. As he reads it out loud, he says, "Commandant Softer Khantun Temple. The first rule, worship the god. The second." Then Juhi says to Sang, "Look, that big statue. Its eyes just moved. It's looking at us." Sang replies, disbelieving, "What are you saying? I think you're just imagining things. And at that very moment, the door to the room shuts. Are we trapped in here? One person says, annoyed. This is why I didn't want to come here, frustrated. All of this is happening because you guys underestimated this dungeon. We shouldn't have come here in the first place. I'm leaving. If you find any treasure, split it among yourselves. So, goodbye. But the moment he touches the door, the gatekeeper of the dungeon kills him. Everyone is terrified by this. Someone says, terrified, do we really have to fight that thing? Sang begins thinking, thoughtful. The one who just died, what was his rank? No matter what, he was definitely stronger than me, an E-rank hunter, and yet he was killed in a blink of an eye. Shocked. This is seriously strange. Is this really a D-rank dungeon? Questioning. Are creatures like this even supposed to exist here? Then Sang stares at the big statue's eyes, and then the statue starts looking right back at him. Sang narrates, somber. I've been in life and death situations before. During my very first raid mission, I got separated from my team and a magical beast, even though it was just E-rank, attacked me. I ended up hospitalized for weeks. Once I was trapped in a labyrinth where I didn't even have food for days. Resigned. For me, even low-rank dungeons are like a fight between life and death. Reflective. Hunters use the money they earn from magic gems to buy advanced weapons, so they can defeat even stronger magical beasts and earn high rewards. But I only have a cheap little knife. If it breaks, I'll have to fight magical beasts empty-handed. Determined. But I have to enter these dangerous dungeons. Suddenly, the statue commands everyone to kneel. And we see flames shoot out from the statue's eyes, completely burning one man to ashes. Everyone panics. They don't understand what's going on. Sang, terrified, thinks to himself, what the hell is happening here? We're trapped. There's no way out. Does that mean I'm going to die here? Guys, by the end of this episode, I literally had goosebumps. At first I felt like, man, this episode is a bit boring. But near the end, things got really intense. Now, I'm really curious. What kind of dungeon is this? It'll be super interesting to see who survives and makes it out alive. Also, just hearing the word dungeon reminded me of Black Clover. So guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of this episode.